tell us a little bit about your upbringing. Where'd you grow up?
I actually grew up here in Oklahoma City. Mm-hmm. My wife and I were both born at St. Anthony's Hospital and went to high school and grade school and high school here. And I went to OU afterwards. Mm-hmm. Had both an undergraduate and graduate degree from there. Okay.
So growing up, brothers and sisters?
Pardon me?
Do you have any brothers and sisters?
I'm an only child.
Okay. So you were the special one then.
Yeah. And so was my wife,
right.
which makes it interesting.
That makes it very interesting. We're having that conversation with the father-in-law, I'm sure. So growing up then in Oklahoma City, what was high school like? What was going into college? Did you kind of have an idea what you wanted to do? What was kind of dad's business, like stuff like that?
Well, I've always had an interest in art and architecture, and then I evolved into development. I have my master's degree from the University of Oklahoma is city planning.
Okay.
And I went to work for the city straight out of school, and I was in charge of planning and zoning for Oklahoma City. Then I evolved to planning director for the Urban Renewal Authority right when the downtown redevelopment in the 70s was getting started. So that was a very interesting time and very exciting because so much was going on. And I started learning a lot about the development business. As that started winding down, I evolved into my own personal development company.
What gets you involved in architecture at a young age?
I don't know that. I mean, that was just an innate interest that I had in art and architecture, and so all of those things kind of led me to where I am. Sure. And I get a lot of satisfaction about the creativity of my development business today.
Yeah. Was your father into property planning and development, stuff like that?
Not really. My father was a superintendent for a semi-trailer manufacturing company, but he had quite a bit of rental property.
Okay.
And so I was aware of that and keeping that up and doing that. So that I'm sure that had a big impact on that too.
Yeah, and you saw property and real estate was a way to go through seeing your dad having rentals and being a part of that as well.
Right.
Yeah. So you go to OU. Was there any other choices on the table at that time, or was it I'm always going to go to OU?
Oh, that seemed the logical thing. I mean, I looked at other things, but that was the most logical thing.
Yeah. So you go to OU. You graduate city planning, and you go work for the city right out of school. And like you said, that time there was so much going on. Right, like that was a very exciting time for Oklahoma City. The downtown Oklahoma City was nowhere near like what it was now, and the power structure of the city, the major banks, publishing company, and all got together to develop downtown redevelopment plan, and there was a significant amount of funding available nationally for downtown redevelopment. And so, that plan was developed, and you've probably heard the name IMPay, a plan called IMPay plan was developed. And then shortly after that, I was asked to come over there from the city to kind of shepherd some of that. So were you quite young when they asked you to come over? Was there anyone in that position, or were you kind of one of the youngest people to be given that opportunity?
Well, I was 26 or 7.
Yeah, young enough then. Yeah, going in.
It was, I thought, a nice opportunity, and I enjoyed it very much.
Yeah.
And gave me a lot of background for where I've wound up.